Hello, Credit World. Welcome back to Credit Genius Online, Credit Genius LLC. What I want to talk about today is inquiries. You know, how hard pulls that you get on your credit report. Let's talk about those. Well, first of all, you can have 5. 5 hard pulls is like the max. Anything over 5 inquiries, start looking bad on you. You know, it's like when you apply for credit yourself, what they call your wet signature, and you put it on the application, and sometimes you get denied, sometimes you get approved. If you got bad credit, you get denied more times than you get approved. But what we're here to talk about is how they can be removed. But if you have an inquiry that's an open account, meaning that you receive credit from it, that one is very touchy. You don't want to go to the creditor and try to get it closed, because they might close that account and it might be a good account that's reporting to your credit report. So you got to be careful with that. And inquiries usually last on your credit report for about 2 years. After that, by law, under the Metro 2 compliance law, they're supposed to remove it. Sometimes people have errors on their credit report and they're not aware of it. But if you got any inquiries, that means when you actually apply for credit and you either got denied or you got accepted, those are the ones that last 2 years. They do a soft pull. Soft pull is usually when you get those pre-approval, pre-qualified type of things in the mail. But in 2 years, they're supposed to fall off. But you can, I had mine deleted. I actually applied for some things for my business, and they wanted a personal guarantor, so they actually, you know, put it on my personal credit, and I had them deleted. No, actually right after that, it was like 3 of them. So I have 2 left on there, and the only reason they're there because it's 2 credit card revolving accounts I have that's open now. So I don't want to really touch it, but you know, one of them is getting close to 2 years, so it'll fall off. Also, we have a strategy where we use it. How you through public records get pre-approved, where they start sending you pre-approvals, where they do a soft pull, where they send it to you in the mail. Those are the ones that I was talking about in the other video about. We'll talk about that later, because those are the ones where they'll send it to you, and they usually go by your public records. You pre-approve. It's a soft pull. It doesn't really hurt your credit. It's there. The creditors and all that can't see it, but if you pull your credit report, you can see it for your personal view. But the soft pulls, you know, doesn't really matter. You know, soft pulls or, you know, happen from a lot of different people that feel like they can get you to go for a pre-approval or pre-qualify, or they looking for new customers and trying to generate revenue. So the inquiries, basically what it is like, the way the law goes, they have to prove that you approved it, that you authorized it. And a lot of time when you want to get it deleted, that's what you do. One of the things you do is say, I didn't authorize this company, you name the company, to pull my credit. I didn't give it to them. And if so, if you say that you have proof, then show it to me. And a lot of times they don't have the proof. And if they don't have the proof, by law, in the Metro 2 compliance law also, you can have it deleted. So that's basically here. I'm just here to give value about inquiries, because inquiries a lot of times can hurt you. If you got more than 5, it kind of looks bad. You apply for something and they look at it like you're living off credit, which is not good. Like you're desperate, you know. So you want to keep it to 5 or less. And if you got 5 on there, you want to try to remove some of them if you can, the ones that's safe to remove. But if they're not 2 years old, but they're not open accounts, then you attack those. We go for the delete or the removal. And the process we use with that is we basically say, because, you know, they're supposed to have your wet signature, you know, that you approved it, meaning you the one that actually asks for the credit, and they pull it and they put it there. Those are the ones that are harder to get off. You can still get them off. I've seen them come off, but those are the harder ones. But that's basically what I want to talk about today, is those inquiries, you know, about you applying for credit. But like I say, the Metro 2 compliance law, like I said, it's there in your favor as a consumer. It's there to protect you because of what happened, you know, in the Metro 1 law and all the other laws where people used to dispute a lot. You can dispute. We don't dispute. We challenge, you know, we make sure they check off the eOscar system 100% by law. And then we start naming laws like, you know, Fair Credit Reporting Act and all the different people that the different laws they have out for you as a consumer to protect yourself. But the inquiries is 10% of your credit report. So, you know, if you get them removed and you get it down balanced, it's say for instance you have a 700 FICO score. You know, let's say 700. What's 10% of 700? That's 70 points, right? So that's what I'm talking about. So, you know, so if you had a 700 credit score, what would it look like if you can get 70 points, right? 70 points will put you at 770. That puts you in the excellent range, because the excellent range is usually around from 760 to 850. You know, that's basically the range there. But good credit is under that. So sometimes people got a 750, 740, wondering why. But some people will approve you for a lot of things on a 750, 720, 740 credit score. But yeah, the inquiries is the type of thing that you got to be real delicate with it. You know, if it's an open account, like I said, you don't want to touch them because it can hurt you if they remove them, because they can close the whole account thinking it's a fraud or thinking that you are disputing, which is like a fraud. So, you know, the inquiries, you just, you know, basically it's a very simple, easy process. You just kind of attacking it. You're telling them, I didn't authorize this company, name them by name. If you send in a letter and saying, if you do say that I did it, then where's your proof? Bring me the proof. You know, like my grandma used to say, the proof is in the pudding. But yeah, that's the thing with the inquiries. You know, you just gotta, you know, they're not hard to get off of your credit report, but you know, sometimes they'll give you a little hassle about it, especially if they know you did it. You can still get them off if they feel like what we call TMC, too much factor. TMF, not TMC. I was thinking about something else. But anyway, the TMF is too much factor, right? Well, we're not worth it anymore. The bank say we're not worth it. The credit bureau say we're not worth it, and they just delete it. Just, you know, it's persistency. So it's a process. Like I said, it's a proven system that we use. We've been having a lot of success. We don't guarantee, because we can't guarantee by law. We have to also advise you of your rights. I always advise people their rights, that they can do it themselves, that they can write the letters. That's why I'm talking about these inquiries of you writing a letter saying, you know, I didn't authorize this company, whether it be Capital One or whoever, that did a hard pull. Say, I didn't authorize this company to pull my credit. I want you to remove it, delete it immediately. And if you say I did it, then bring me the proof. Bring me the proof, send it to me, and, you know, we go from there. But usually a lot of times they don't have the proof. But like they say, when they say, when we approve you for this, we pre-approve it. We already had went through the system. We pulled your credit report. We knew it was you. We had your social security number. You know, that they run down and things like that. You know, they'll tell you that. Sometimes you can call directly to the, especially if it's an open account, you can call directly sometimes to the credit card people, whoever you're dealing with, especially if it's an open account, and you can just ask them, you know, say, look, you know, back then I made a mistake, you know, I was going through some things, you know, my finances wasn't in order, you know, I just lost my job, or, you know, some things came up, or whatever the situation is. Just explain it to them and say, you know, and, you know, give me another chance, and I need you to remove that. Sometimes that works, when you just call them up and just sincerely tell them, say, hey, look, I was going through some financial hardship at the time. You know, this is stopping me from getting, you know, a mortgage, or I wanted to get a new car because my old car is breaking down. You just explain the situation to them. A lot of times that just, especially if you have a good standing account with them, open account with them, they understand, like a late payment, you know, same thing. But I don't want to talk about anything else. I was talking about inquiries, and I'm kind of doing videos breaking down each percent, 10% of this, 15% of that, mixed credit, you know, 35% of your payment history, 30% your utilization, you know, stuff like that. You know, just want to break it down. But inquiries are the thing that you want to pay attention to. You don't want to have more than 5. 5 is the max, but it's best to have it under, so you have room. So if you want to apply for something else, you know, you might come down the line and say, hey, you know, I need another credit card report, because, you know, you found out that will boost your credit. Because when you got revolving accounts, you might have a mortgage on there. You have what you call a installment loan, where you like, you know, that's like getting a car. You know, a car payment. You know, you apply for a car, you got a brand new car, you pay the payment. So you got, that's your 15% mixed credit. So you got the the car loan, you got the mortgage, and you got the revolving credit with the credit cards. And these are the type of things, 3 to 5 of those reporting on your credit report every month to all 3 bureaus with good standing, no late payments, no, not too many things, on your report. But the main thing is no late payments, your utilization is at the right percentage, your payment history is on point, you're paying before it's due, and those are the things that will make your credit score go up higher. And then, like we say, we give you credit health. So when you get rid of all the blockers, the negative things, the negative accounts, the derogatory accounts, the charge-off, the collections, the judgments, the liens, public records, bankruptcies, foreclosure, all that stuff, that's what we're here for. That's what I was talking about, credit health and credit wealth. But inquiries, you want to keep it at 5 or lower. Always try to have room, get it down to 2, or if you get it down to 0, you're good. But just try to have it down so you can have room so whenever you want to expand. So for instance, you might want to go for an Amex card or some American Express, and you got room there. You got only 2 inquiries on your report or 3, and then you apply for that. And because Amex, American Express is one of the top of the lines. Anybody that know anything about credit, everybody wants to have an Amex card, especially the metal one. The black one or the platinum one is unlimited. That's that's the key. But the inquiries, yes, that's try to get them removed, deleted. But it's not as hard. But we have a proven process. We send them all the laws, every single law that apply. We specifically tell them what section it's in, the number, the code, everything. We tell them the law says this, and under that law, this is the way this works and that works, and this is how we explain it to the credit people, because the creditors, the credit bureaus, when you send them that, they run it through the eOscar system, which they're supposed to check off at 100%. So even when you go after inquiries, say, I didn't approve this. I didn't allow this company. I didn't get the authorization of this company to pull my credit. And I want you to remove it immediately. And then you will quote the law. The law says this, under this section, that, I want it removed. And usually it works. And then if it doesn't work right then, doesn't mean it don't work. Because I didn't have some situations where they act like they weren't going to do it, and I just kept going. Then after I got out of wave 1, I go to wave 2, I'm talking about suing. So after that, they still play a little hardball. When I started to go towards wave 3, then all of a sudden it disappeared, just magically disappeared. Because actually, they don't want to go to court. Because one, they got to pay somebody to go to court. Then if they lose, they got to pay for you. You can, by law, they lost the case. You can charge them for the fees if you pay for a lawyer or whatever it took you to collect that, whether it was traveling, whether it was paperwork, whether it was mailing, all the stuff. You have all your documentation. You show it to the judge. But they don't like going to court at all. But they'll play hardball. We call them the credit mafia for a reason. They got stall letters. They say certain things to throw you off. They hoping you give up. But it's no giving up, Don't quit. Can't stop, won't stop, refuse to stop. Keep pushing. That's the name of the game. And since the law is on your side on the Metro 2 compliant, then when you go for these inquiries, it's a little easier, especially when you're quoting the law and you ain't giving up and you're doing the TMF, too much factor. After a while, you're not worth it. You're costing them too much money. Then when the eOscar system spits it out because it's coming through too much, a live person has to look at it. Then when that live person look at it, they go, wait a minute. And the more it goes through, it get a higher number. And the higher the number, that means it becomes important. It's relevant, very relevant and important. And usually it just delete it, especially when a live person, you get in contact with a live person gets your report. They usually just say, wait a minute, delete this. Because now, once a live person get it, it start costing them money. Because, like I said, they sell your bad information. That's why you sometimes get all these pre-approvals in the mail, and then they charge you high interest or down payment or charge you a fee every year for using that card. Not only are you paying a fee, you might get a secure card, you might give them $500. Then when it's time to get the money back, they usually don't give you the money back. They just give it to you in the form of credit. Because that happened to me. They just, I put it on my credit, upped it up, gave me a higher credit limit, that type of stuff. But, that's, they sell your bad information to people. They make billions of dollars off of it. So that's why they play hardball, because you like a paycheck to them. So, but when you become to the point where you start costing them more money than you worth, because, you know, they can only sell you the information to so many people, right? And you was constantly bugging them, and then real live people get involved, keep going through the system. System spits it out. Live person gets it. Live person goes, oh, what's going on here? And then they might just delete it. Most of the time they delete it. But if they don't delete it, they'll come, you know, with some good reason. Or, you know, it's verified, updated, stuff like that. Because it's basically three things they do. But you want them to update it. Even if they don't delete it, you want them to update it. And the update, what I mean by update, is when you start telling them, that's not my name, the way you're spelling it. That's not my address anymore. That's not my phone number anymore. I don't work at that employer address, employer name. That's not mine. I don't work there. I only have one name, one address. That's it. And you just tell them this is me. Because by law, under the Fair Credit Reporting Act and all the other laws, it's very clear what they say. They don't ask you for middle names and all that. All they go first name, last name. Even when your address, they ask you for the numbers and the street. You know, what's the name of the street? They don't say street or avenue. They don't ask none of that. You know, they don't ask any of that. And then when it's where you live at, it's the city and the state. It doesn't ask for all the stuff that you see that people write on there, like zip code and this and Surfex and junior and middle name and all this stuff. So when you see all these different variations, we call them personal identifier. You want to get all that out of there, because once you get all that out of there, you know, anything on your credit report is attached to those personal identifiers. When you get that address, that account attached to deleted, you get the numbers deleted, you get the name is under deleted, then it's easier to remove that account. So when you go after the inquiries and you got all those things there, and at the time you apply for it, it was through an address that no longer is on your credit report, then it's easier for you to get it deleted. And especially when you ask for the proof and they can't prove it, because a lot of times they can't give the wet signature, they can't give documentation. You know, they got other ways of identifying you. When you do it online, they pre-approve you, or they approve you right on the spot and say, you know, congratulations, you've been approved for $300, $500, whatever they give you, right? And they go through a thing that, you know, your social security number, you know, your name, the way you put it in there, all that to identify you, right? So that's how they do it. But, yeah, the inquiries, you know, that's why I tell people, because I have a proven process. I don't just try to get it deleted. I quote the laws to them. I tell them how the law works. I tell them how the law's supposed to work for me, how y'all supposed to handle this thing under the law when you're dealing with me as the consumer. The law says you can only do this, and you have to do it this way. Now you have the e-Oscar system. Everything that you're supposed to do to prove, verify, update, or whatever, supposed to be 100%. I mean, nothing can be out of order. Nothing could be out of line. Nothing could be spelled one number off, or got something, a 0 or X on the end of your account number. Anything, or one bureau reported one way and another reported another way. You know, like this one that month, then the other one say another month. So if it's from the same person, how can it be a different month? So that's the kind of stuff we look for. We look for little errors. Any little thing, trust me, a lot of people have them and don't realize it. So, you know, this whole video basically is about inquiries. You know, how to get them removed. It's, you know, it's kind of like a simple process. But remember, you know, when you do it yourself and you ask for credit and you get the credit approved, but you want the inquiries moved because now you have 5, right? You got to be careful with the open ones, because it might, especially if it's an open, good standing account that's, you know, because if you go to try to delete it and quoting the law and send in the letters, a lot of times the companies will just close the whole account like it's fraud. You know, they just, at that point, it's like they just backing up saying, yeah, I don't want to get in no kind of legality here. So what they'll do is they'll just kind of like just close it. And then when they close it, it actually hurts your credit report. So that's why I'm saying be careful with the open ones. But all the other ones that you apply for the credit but didn't get approved, get denied, or just, you know, it's a process. I didn't approve this company or authorize this company to pull my credit, a hard pull, right? I want you to delete it immediately. And if you're saying I did it, then where's your proof? Prove to me, because the burden of proof lies on them, the creditors and the credit bureau, not you. That's what the Metro 2 compliance law is about, to protect you as the consumer. They have to prove to you. You don't have to prove anything. That's why I tell people when you send your letter and you put your name on it, spell it different than where they spell it. If they spell all capital letters, you spell capital T, then small case letters. However they spell you, because what it does is when they go through the Oscar system, it looks like a different variation. You see what I'm saying? So you don't never admit to nothing. And then when I send stuff to the creditor, I don't give them no ammo, because that's what they're looking for. You send in your ID and your Social Security card and proof of your residence. You only do that to the bureaus. The bureaus have to contact the creditors anyway when you start complaining. Then I'll send a letter to the creditor too to keep them busy. I don't respond to them unless they talk about suing me. I explained that in one of the other videos. But anyway, we're here to talk about inquiries, and I'm bringing all this up because these are the ways you get things removed. When I'm giving up this value, because this is the reason why I have this channel. This is the reason why I'm being on social media about Credit Genius LLC. And the website is creditgenius.online. So, it's a process and it works. I'm getting a lot of success out of it. I mean, I'm getting testimonials as we speak. I'm gonna start uploading. I'm trying to get the live testimony, not just the writing with the names. I want the live testimony so people can understand I'm serious about this is what I do. And I'm learning every day. I'm reading and learning and with my coaches, and I'm on Zoom calls and all that, because we can't do a lot of what we used to do before the pandemic. But I'm telling you, and I love it because I like helping people, and I love messing with the credit mafia. Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, I love messing with them. And then, you got other people that a lot of people Sage Stream, let them know I ain't give you authorization to share my information or handle my information through a third party, through the bureaus, freeze them, It's all kind of letters you can send in also. And it's just a plus. You don't have to do it, but it's a plus. It keeps them from selling your information or giving you information you saying you don't authorize it. And those are key things. You want to always be in control of the situation, especially when you know there's a law called Metro 2 compliance that's on your side. They have to prove everything to you. You have to prove nothing. And, that's what I'm saying. I give people value, and they can do it themselves, because by law, it's not hard to do it, but it's a system. Once you learn it, when you first do it, you might go in there and try to do it, and you kind of get frustrated. That's why they play the game, the stall letters, because they know the average person is going to give up. And the average person is 90%. It's actually probably an even higher number than that, but I'm just being modest and saying 90%. Because they do. A lot of people give up. They start telling them this, we verify the update, and they let it go. But when you trying to get an inquiry removed, anything removed, derogatory account, charge-off, collection, but we're here to talk about inquiry. When you're trying to get it removed, be relentless. Be persistent. Pursue them, twist it. Tie them up. Let them know I'm not going anywhere. You're gonna help me out. You're stopping me from the American dream. You're unjustly putting stuff on my report or letting these data furnishers give you this information and it's not correct. I want you to remove it now. You got to be like that, real relentless. I want those inquiries out now. You're gonna delete them, and that's the attitude. Especially when you know about the Metro 2 compliance law, the Oscar system, and you know exactly how it works. You know exactly why they're supposed to check off at 100%. You know exactly why, and you use it to your advantage. So it'd be amazing to see if they come out with any other law. But so far, this is one of the best laws that's been out, because actually it's awesome because most people don't dig in and check and read and try to understand. But yeah, this video was about inquiries, and I hope you find value in it. That if like I said, if it's an open account, and if you see anything on there, an inquiry on there, and it's over 2 years old, that's an automatic deletion, because they're supposed to automatically remove it in 2 years, and sometimes they don't. You have it removed. Say that thing is over 2 years old. By law, whenever an inquiry is over 2 years old, delete it. So that's what I'm saying. You look for any little thing to get rid of it. The easy way, the better. And if it ain't an easy way, then TMF. Too much factor. Push, push, push. And then get those personal identifier delete that's attached to that whatever address you use when you apply for it, or whatever address they have that's attached to that inquiry. Make sure it's deleted off your credit report. Update. Then they verify, right? And the next one is delete. Because we update, verify, delete. Delete, update, verify. I see it all the time. but I like to see it because I smile and I say, okay, let's push in here, because that means we're closer to getting this thing deleted, because it's constantly going through the system. Boom, 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 boom. And the system is going, whoa, wait a minute. And they got, the algorithms, just like all the other softwares and all the other technology and the bots and all that. They got their algorithm. That's how they do it. Our brain don't operate like that fast. We have the same mechanism, but that system keeps track. And when it spits it out, a live person gets it. That's your best situation. But yeah, it's not hard if you just start making know your vitamin. When somebody say no, verify, it's yours, it's like a vitamin. It makes you stronger, and you start pushing harder and harder and harder. Next you know, you see that inquiry disappear. Because I had 3 of them deleted off of mine, and I actually applied for the credit. But I had them deleted, but they was not open accounts. Okay? So this video, I hope if you find value in this, and I hope, you stay in touch and watch the videos for Credit Genius LLC. And visit us on the website. We got what they call the free consultation. You can sign up, not ask for any money or nothing. But if I do take you on as a client because you want me to do the work for you, then I want to make sure we're a fit, that we work together, because I don't want all clients. Can't please everybody, but I want the ones that really need to benefit from this, that's been suffering from bad credit and they're tired of it. They want to change their situation. They want something better. Then when it's like that, that's the type of person I want, and then I tell them the process and what to look for, and follow it the way I say follow it, the way that I was taught to tell people to follow, the way I was taught to follow, and I've been seeing the success, and I ain't been having no problem out of it. I've been very successful with this. No guarantees, because, I don't want to get in trouble with the law. But anyway, yeah, hope you found value, and keep watching, keep looking out for Credit Genius LLC. And remember, you can always visit us on creditgenius.online. And I'm going to spell it out for you. CREDIT, right? GENIUS .ONLINE. Creditgenius.online. And the business is a sweet business. We're coming to bring back truth and honesty and integrity and morals and all the things that people are not doing now. They're just trying to make a dollar. They tell you anything. I want to say what I mean and mean what I say. And I want people to hold me accountable, because if you hold me accountable and I hold myself accountable, guess what? That means results, because I'm result driven. I want to see things happen. I feel good when I know I beat somebody. You know what I mean? You beat the credit mafia, you say, I got them. I'm beating them at their own game. Because the law says they have to prove to you. They have to prove to us, the consumer, the client, whoever. They have to prove to you that you asked for that credit or that inquiry. Get rid of it. Delete it. That's what we're here for. We're going to make sure. Let's work together and get good at the word delete. And remember, know your vitamin. The more they tell you no to you, the harder you push. Okay? Let's do this. Let's get this credit health, credit wealth, and show the world how it is. Because we're going to change the national average of what the credit score is. We're going to get everybody with bad credit we can. We're going to get them back on track. We're going to show them about business credit too. That's another section I'm opening up. We're going to do this and show you how to leverage, show you how to do it, and show you how this thing works, show you how credit works, show you how to really use it to change your life, to start your legacy, generational wealth. Teach it to your kids, and while you there, they already making it. They're not waiting for you to die, because they already doing it, and they into it. And if they ain't just all into the thing you doing, get them into something that they like. And then when they like it, push it. But tell them, this is what I'm doing right now. I'm helping people change their lives with improving their credit score. If they can get a mortgage, a new home for their kids and their wife, or their husband, or their mother, or whoever they want to get it for, or themselves, or just to have a home to go to, that you say, I own this. Or if you want a brand new car, I own this. And then we're going to talk about later how to stop paying the interest. Learn how to leverage. That's what I'm not into paying interest. I try not to pay any interest at all, zero. I try to use the money and give it back and, get the zero APR. I try to get whatever. And that's what good credit get you in the door to demand things. You can make them say, boom, and we're going to start with them inquiries. We're going to get them out of there. And then we're going to start learning how to do pre-approval, so we don't have to use your last 4 of your Social Security because they did a soft pull. See, it's game in this. We're going to do this, okay? All right. Peace, love, and happiness, and let's change your score. Let's get credit health, and then let's show each other that we can be responsible with credit wealth. We're going to do this. We're going to take this Credit Genius LLC to another level. We're going to let people in. I'm going to start showing people how to do it just like me. You know what I mean? And just like my coaches taught me. Because I want to be the go-to person where people trust me. They understand that I'm here to help them. Yes, I'm going to make some money, but it ain't about the money. I love the customer service and helping people more than anything, the integrity, the morals, you know, the ethical brides when I do it and it's helping, it's positive. You know what I'm saying? Let's do this. Have a good night. Have a good life. Peace. Credit Genius LLC.